Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler, and today we're going to be talking about homeschool planners. I am such a planner type of girl, but specifically mistakes that I have personally made with my planner, especially in the first couple of years of homeschooling, and mistakes that and things that people are struggling with in my group when it comes to homeschooling planners, and basically just how to use them so you can get the most out of your planner and the most for your money. Because that's really what it comes down to. We paid money for it, so let's use them. If it's your first time on my channel, I want to welcome you. Make sure that you hit the like and the subscribe button, and down below in the description box I have a link for our free homeschooling Facebook and for some free trial downloads of different curriculum packages. And this is a great time to be doing that because it's summer and you can kind of gauge whether or not you want to actually invest in these curriculums or not. Let's talk about planners. Now, there's a lot of different kind of planners out there. There's digital planners, there's paper planners, there's print, like download and print type of planners. I mean, I even make one of those on my website. They're really cool. But we want to make sure that no matter what kind of planner we have, that we want to get the most out of it. So we want to make sure that we're using them. But let's talk about some of the mistakes that people make when it comes to planners. So I'm going to start with the one big mistake that I made the very first year that I homeschooled. So the first mistake, the biggest mistake I made, was I planned too far ahead. I planned the whole year. So I had the Mardell planner, which is this one. This is one I still use. I used this the very first year that I homeschool, and I still use it to this day. I got really ambitious because I had this notion in my head, because I was a school teacher before I taught at home, that, oh, I'll just do the same thing that I did for school and I'll just plan the whole year. So I spent like 3 solid nights planning everything for 2 children for the entire school year. And you know what? That didn't work out. Shocker, right? It really did not work out the way that I wanted it to. And not only that, but I did it in pen because I wasn't that bright. And it was kind of one of those like, what did I just do type of moments, probably about the 6th week into school, because I had all of these things that I had to go back and kind of cross out, and I didn't leave any leeway for life, you know, because here's the thing, when you're a school teacher, you can have a substitute come in and do your lesson plans. When it's just you, it's not the same. I don't have a substitute teacher. I mean, yeah, technically I have my husband. Okay. If I'm down for like a week, it's gonna mess up my whole planner. So obviously the very first thing is going to be, don't plan too far ahead. I will never do that again, ever, 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 ever. So now, today, and a lot of this has to do with the fact that I'm just not healthy all the time because of the genetic disease that I have. And because of that, I don't plan more than 2 weeks ahead at any given time to give myself that leeway and the space in my book. So the next lesson kind of piggybacks off of the first one, and it's don't use pen at the very beginning. I used pen and I really regretted it because I had to go back. And this was before I think I really hammered out the curriculum we were using too. So I was getting like really specific and with these specific books. And then when those books didn't work out and then I had to switch books, it was a nightmare. Now, today I use pen. In fact, I have very special pens that I absolutely love. I am one of those flare pen lovers. I don't know, I think this is a teacher thing, I'm not sure, but I am obsessed with flare pens. They are kind of like felt tip markers, but they write like a pen and they don't bleed through the Mardell planners. And if you guys want, I will leave a link down below to my Amazon link where I buy those at. I just love these pens. They come in all different kinds of colors, and every year I buy myself a new pack to celebrate the brand new school year, and it's just kind of like one of those things for me, you know, that I just love. But I did not start writing in pen. So that first year I was not writing in pen, and I really don't suggest anybody else do it, especially until you find your groove and find how you want to write in those spaces. just use pencil for the first couple of weeks, especially while you're getting used to a new schedule and to new curriculum, because you want to leave space and availability for you to go back and change things. So just keep that in mind. So this is a mistake that I see a lot of people doing just in general in the homeschooling community, because they are really intimidated by the planner, and that is that they don't use it. And that's kind of the surprising thing to me, but there's a lot of people who actually buy these planners with the intent to use them, but they never end up actually using the planners because they're a little bit intimidated by them. And I get it. I was a little intimidated when I first started teaching and I had these planners, and it was like, whoa, I have to fill this whole thing up. And you will by the end of the year, but you do it little by little. You don't do what I did and jump in head first and try to do the whole year at one time. So that's one of the things that I just want to point out. Don't be too intimidated by the size of it. Really go take like a couple of hours even, and just when you buy your planner and it arrives, go through it. Really start going through all the pages, look through everything that it comes with, look at how it's set up, and then even look at how other people use their planners. I have a video on here that I will try to remember to link up in the card or down here below in the description, where I show how I actually plan using this and kind of like shortcut methods that I use, so I'm not spending hours upon hours with my homeschool planner. But I'm actually just taking a little bit of time each weekend, maybe like 20-30 minutes tops, and planning out both the kids' schedules and everything like that in my planner. It doesn't need to be like this long, elaborate type of heavily detailed thing. You know, you want to make this tailored to you, that it's blank and that's what it's there for. And that's one of the things that I really want to reiterate, is it does not have to be some crazy elaborate thing. And I think that that's what really intimidates people, is they think that they have to go in and write all of this beautiful detailed things, or they don't like their handwriting, so they don't end up writing in the planners at all. I don't have the best handwriting, and I still write all over my planners because it's not for anybody but for me. So just keep that in mind. So the next mistake is writing too much or not enough. And that's really one of the things that I focus on in the video that I created earlier last year, was how I used those little block spaces and how to get the most out of it without having to fill up the whole thing or anything like that. I have some tricks that I use that's in that video that I will link for you. But the real gist of it is you don't want to be too detailed on these little boxes, because you probably have more than one child like me, or you don't want to write too little where you were like, wait a minute, I don't remember what that was when you come back to it. So make sure that you're filling it out so you know what it is, but don't go overboard and try to write every single little detail that they need to do either. There is a happy medium, I promise. So one of the last things I want to go over is using it for other things other than just homeschooling. And I think that's what I really like about the Mardel planner here, is that I use my Mardel planner not just for homeschooling, but I put my meal plan in there. I put different things that I'm going to film for you here on YouTube on there. I put all kinds of different things in my actual planner. Our schedules are on there. Our sports schedules are on there for the kids. Our church schedules are on there. There is so much inside of a lot of these planners that you can use it as kind of like a home management type of thing, especially when you get one like this. Now, I'm not an affiliate of Mardel. They're just my favorite company when it comes to planners. There's all different kinds of planners out there. I make one, it's like, I don't know, under $10 on my website. And there's ones that you pay a subscription and you do online as far as like a digital planner. I'm not a digital planner type of girl. I'm definitely a paper and pen type of planner girl. That's just me. I've always been that way. I will probably never change, but that's how I started using planners way back in, the 90s. And that's how I'm going to probably die, is with a paper planner. But there are some people who really love the digital planners, and I get that. I have friends who love the digital planners. They're just not my style. I could never keep up with it for whatever reason, even though I'm a pretty techie person. But one of the things that I love about the Mardel planner is it allows for so much stuff. And really, I mean, they have the regular columns, but then they have this huge column off to the side. And that column is so useful for me because I can put everything from things that I need from the store on there to things that I need for different experiments, or you know, books that I need to order from a book list. Whatever I have going on, I have room to do that. And they have so many different calendars, and then like these planning pages at the beginning where you can kind of plan out all the stuff that you're going to be doing for the year. You can plan out your homeschool schedule, like a tentative type of one. You can plan out the curriculum that you're going to buy and use. There's so many things that you can put in these planners, and using it for home management has been really helpful because not only am I going to use it for school, but I'm going to get more out of it because I'm using it for my home. So it's kind of like this thing that's just always around in my house because I have to have like my schedule. You know, like we have one of those printable calendars, or we have like a wall calendar that's on our refrigerator that I use daily. You know, and it's kind of like a glance, an overview of everything that's happening in the month. But the day-to-day workings are going to be inside of my planner, and I have room to kind of expand upon those things. So really look at using it for more than just homeschooling. Look at using it for your cleaning schedule, your groceries, your meal plans, all of that. Use your planner because you have it. Don't be too intimidated by it to not use it, and then use it to its fullest. Okay guys, I hope that those were some good tips for you to use your homeschool planners and get the most out of them. What kind of planner do you use? Do you use a digital one, or are you like me? Are you a paper person? Are you a paper girl? Let me know what kind of planner you use. This is my old, like I actually keep all my planners. This one was from 2020, 2021. I think this was probably my favorite one from Mardell because I loved the farmhouse theme. This one was such a cute planner that year. So I keep all my planners as kind of like a memory type thing. I don't know. Do you, paper girls, do you keep your planners? I want to know that. Do you actually keep your planners? I feel like it's a keepsake for me, you know, like as a mom. So I can go back and I can look at all the things that we did and all the projects, and I'm a nerd. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and happy homeschooling.